Hello everyone, welcome back to Mountaineer Firearms, and beautiful day out today. So we wanted to get out and do some shooting, make another video for you. And I wanted to get out one of my favorite classic revolvers. If you start to become a fan of this channel, which I hope you are, you'll notice that I really love Smith & Wesson revolvers. And this one is one of my favorites. I'll call this my Bill Jordan Special. This is a model 19-4 357 Magnum, and it's considered what they call the Combat Magnum. And the reason I call it the Bill Jordan Special is he's pretty much the man responsible for this package right here. He was Bill Jordan. He was kind of a lawman, a border patrolman, real avid shooter, really great shooter, amazing with one of these in his hand. And they had the 357 Magnum was out, but it was in the big end frames, like a 44 Magnum that hopefully you've seen our video on the 44 Magnum. It was a big end frame revolver like that. And they had a 28, model 28, which was called the Highway Patrolman, which was kind of just a simplified model 27 for the police officers to carry. Well, they had the model 10s out, which was this size, a K-frame, and 38 specials and everything. And Bill Jordan got with Smith & Wesson and told them that he thought the perfect combat revolver or police revolver or whatever would be a 4-inch K-frame chambered in 357 Magnum. So Smith & Wesson, they beefed up their metallurgy a little bit and made the metal able to withstand the 357 Magnum cartridge. And this was in about 1955, somewhere around in there. And they came out with what they called the Combat Magnum. And they presented Bill Jordan with the very first one off the production line when they started being made. And this is one of my snob revolvers. This one's an old one. This one was made in, well, not real old, 1980. But that is up at the end of what I consider the best era of Smith & Wesson revolvers. This one's still pinned and recessed, as you can see. That's what they mean by P&R, or pinned and recessed. There's the pin that holds the barrel in place. And the cylinders are recessed. The shells fit flush in there. Everything's real pretty. You can see there's hardly no gap on a pinned and recessed revolver back there. And it's nice. It's got 3 T's, a target trigger and target hammer and the target grips. So the only thing this one don't have is a red ramp front sight with the white outline on the rear. I kind of wish it did have that, but not bad. I like the grips. They're like a rich, dark looking grips on it. 4-inch is my favorite barrel size, and I love 357 Magnum. And I've only got one cylinder pretty much full of 357s here, because 357, if you gun guys shoot that, no, it's kind of hard to get your hands on right now. A little expensive, a little hard to find in a gun store. So I brought out a whole bunch of 38 special just to plink with. Show this gun off to you guys a little bit today. But I do have a first cylinder here, 357 Magnums, and we'll just swing these plates around with it a little bit. See how she does. This thing shoots real good. It's pretty hard. Thing's got a sweet trigger. It is really nice, really super nice, really sweet. There's your 357 Magnum, 4-inch Combat Magnum is what they called this. This one, like I said, born in 1980, and so that's about the end of Smith & Wesson pinned and recessed revolvers and things. But I have some 38 special out here that we can shoot with, since I don't have a whole lot of 357 Magnum. And if you've watched our video on the little Rock Island, cheap little Rock Island snub nose revolver, you know I was shooting some of this here Tula steel cased ammo, and I was getting some light primer strikes, shooting it in double action. So what I thought I would do is I'd bring out an old classic Smith & Wesson revolver and just try it out here for the first time and see if this ammo does that with this gun. Because in my opinion, one of my things about a revolver is it should fire just about anything. You really shouldn't have light primer strikes or anything like that when you're shooting a revolver. They should be pretty reliable with about anything you can stick in them. So we'll just stick some of this Tula steel case cheap ammo in here and see how it does with double action. If I can hit anything with it. But all those done just fine. There's a thing with steel cased, it does swell up a little more and they're a little harder to get out of the cylinder. It's not really something to worry about. That's just how steel cased ammo acts. So don't get worried if you go out with your revolver and shoot some of this cheap ammo and it gets kind of stiff to get it out of there. It's no big deal, just get a little more aggressive with it. You don't want to tear your revolver up, but sometimes it takes a little more than just finesse with these things, or anything, any gun. Just be careful with what you're doing. Know your gun safety. Always make sure you're pointing in a safe direction and everything. But I love this old gun. We'll shoot 6 more of these Tula and see how it does. Double action here. I don't know where I'm going. Don't know where I was missing that at. There it is. Nice and warm. Barrel's getting nice and hot. Try to get the sunlight on it. Give you guys a good look at this beautiful old gun. I wish they still made them like this. Now you can get a Model 19 in the classic line, and they'll kind of look the same. I'll say from a distance is the way I like to put it. Looks just like this gun from a distance. But once you get up close, if you look on the other side, the new ones, the classic line, it'll have the lock in there, and you know, the different angle on this. No pinned and recessed, and the barrel will even be shrouded. It'll have like a stainless steel barrel inserted into a barrel shroud, which they say that, you know, some of those things are improvements. I'm sure it makes it cheaper for them to build, but they say they're still improvements. But I do have some steel case 38 special here, or not steel cased, brass case 38 special. These are 130 grain full metal jackets. Shoot some of them, see how they do. I just love plinking with this gun, especially these Smiths that have the 3 T's, that wider trigger and the wider hammer and everything, the target grips. Fits me like a glove. This is just what I love. I hate to be a snob about my Smiths, but they just don't make them like this anymore. So you just have to search out the old ones. We'll just try her out some more here. Not bad. See, those come out real easy. Brass doesn't stick in there like that, like the steel case ones do. But yeah, like I said, this one doesn't have the red ramp on the front sight. Doesn't have the white outline, but that's about the only thing this one's missing. And this is my favorite size. I love this gun. A 4-inch barrel, the K-frame size, 6-shot, and just, it's smooth. Make sure we're empty. It's smooth, the factory trigger and everything, and it's just, it's nice. It's super smooth. Probably about 7-8 pounds, but then the single action is just, I mean, that's just nice. Crisp break, clean. These things made wonderfully. Just made wonderfully. I'll just do some more shooting. And of course, you guys know I love movie guns. And you might be thinking, well, what movie was that gun featured in? Well, so many when you really get looking. There is a website that you can look up. I can't remember the name offhand, but it'll pretty much lay out every movie you can think of and every gun that's in that movie and every scene, even the ones you can kind of see far away. But my favorite one that I want to mention would be Lethal Weapon. Danny Glover carried a 4-inch Smith. That's what he said in the very first one in the parking garage. Old wheel gun, 4-inch Smith. And he done pretty good with it. Not as good as his partner, but he done pretty good with it. I'll just try to pick off them 4-inch, see where I'm hitting at. I don't know where I'm missing. There we go. Maybe I was going low. Must have been going low. Oh, it moved on me. There we go. Old 6-shooter. Carried by Danny Glover. Partner of Martin Riggs, Lethal Weapon. So there's an awesome movie for it to be in. But a whole bunch of them. These things are just beautiful. And I love shooting them. And we'll shoot some more. I hope you all don't mind if I just take my time. Have a good day out here. It's beautiful, nice and warm. Wonderful day out. I just thought I'd get these beautiful Smiths out, play with them. But yep, these things are gorgeous. And if you guys aren't revolver fans by now, I really suggest that you look into getting you some kind of a revolver. And I think you'll find a new love that you've been missing. And you'll kind of regret spending so much time not having one in the past. These things are just sweet shooters. Yep, shoots pretty good. They're not too bad. I really love them. And don't think that they're slow. I mean, you've only got 6 shots, so you're not going to compete with a 18-round magazine in a Glock or something like that. But you learn how to shoot a revolver pretty good. And shot placement is important, more so than having round capacity, in my opinion. I'd rather have shot placement. You can shoot them pretty fast. I'll try to be somewhat rapid on that 12-inch there. Pretty good. They get nice and warm. Smoked up a little bit. Wish you guys could be out here to feel them with me. But there it is. A 1980 model, 19-4. And maybe one day I'll get into a full-length video about all the dashes and things, which I don't know if I could even begin to cover that. It's a lot to it. Every little thing they change, they'll make a different dash. But the Dash 4, in a Model 19 anyway, was the last dash that would have a pin and recessed. Once they went to a Dash 5, you don't get the pin and recess no more. You'll still have the hammer-mounted firing pin, if you'll notice. The firing pin is on the hammer there, instead of in a transfer block inside the frame. So you still get that hammer-mounted firing pin and things. And no shrouded barrel, no lock, not until you get up into the later dashes. But that's, you know, you got to pick out what you want and search out what you want. Sometimes they're hard to find, sometimes they're easy to find. This gun was actually brand new in the box when I got it. I was lucky enough to find that. And so from 1980 until the day I got my hands on it, somebody just let it sit in a safe, and then some jerk like me takes it out and starts shooting all kinds of rounds through it. So, but I think that's what they're meant for. That's what it was designed for, and that's what I'm going to use it for. You guys are just here to enjoy it with me, right? Yep. They do pretty good. You definitely have firepower with the revolver. They do great. But anyway, I think that's long enough for me just playing around out here. We'll definitely have to bring this out again and do a episode 2 on it. Get you some close-ups there. Smith & Wesson, baby. 357 Magnum. These are hard to beat. Just fantastic old quality, hand smithed, hand, you know, polished and everything, the way they polished them and blued them back in the days. They just don't make them like this no more. And I think it's sad. but we do still have the old ones that we can enjoy. And I hope everybody ends up finding the love for revolvers that's out there. Semi-automatics are fun. I love them. I have a bunch of them. I shoot them all the time. There's just something special about coming out here and loading these cylinders and shooting a nice old vintage revolver and hitting exactly what you're pointing at. I thank you for watching our video today, and hope you stay tuned, like, share, and make sure you subscribe and click the bell so you know when we're making a new video. And I hope you come back and watch us again. Have a good day. Thank you.